What's up, ladies and gentlemen of Overwatch? This is Unpwned here, and I'm going to make a few videos regarding certain characters and gameplay tips to make you a better character for your team. I'm making this because even though a month has passed, there are still people I watch that do terrible things with certain characters and end up almost being on the enemy team because they are doing more harm than good for their team. The first character I'm going to go over is the biggest troublemaker of all, and that is Mei. The frozen terror that everybody calls cancerous. Now, the very first tip is going to be the one that I see the most often and is the easiest to not do, and that is, if you put your wall up and it's hurting a teammate, press E again, or whatever button you have set for your ice wall, and it cancels it. You can break the wall instantly. Alright? It is very useful. If you put your wall up, and you have a Roadhog or a Pharah, and they're just laying into your wall, because there's no enemies anywhere except for on the other side of your wall, cancel it. Please. Don't just leave it up. Don't just be like, oh well, you shouldn't have ulted. I've seen that a few times. You know, a Roadhog or a Pharah, someone will call at them and be like, you blocked me off, and they'll be like, oh well, you shouldn't have ulted then. No, you should have canceled your wall so they could have ulted. Alright, that is the number one tip that I see a lot of Mei's not doing. Okay. Two. Your ice block can also be canceled. You do not have to sit in your ice block for the maximum duration. And a lot of you Mei's I watch sit in it for the full duration, and that allows enemies to plan for you to come out of it, because it makes an audible noise when it's about to break. Boom. They know you're coming out of it. And a Reinhardt can plant his charge, a Junkrat can plant a landmine, a sniper can be waiting for you. Do not wait out the full duration unless you absolutely have to. Okay? It completely catches people off guard if you cancel it early and immediately start freezing them again. You will end up usually getting away or get a kill out of it. I mean, it happens a lot, trust me. That's tip number 2. Tip number 3 is your ice wall is more than a wall. It is your only mobility in the game as Mei, unless you have a Lucio giving you a speed boost, but that doesn't count. If you are being chased, say there are people there, and I'm getting shot from behind. Oh no. Run, lift yourself in the air as you're running. 1, it gives you a height advantage, so if it's a Junkrat or something coming after you, you just really made it hard for him to hit you. 2, you put the wall actually in the way, so someone shooting at you probably isn't going to be able to get an aim on you. And doing that actually leads into tip number 4, which is you can press your ice wall button twice to rotate it. That is correct. You do not have to place it a certain way. I see a lot of Mei's. You know, if they want to block this spot off, they try and walk right in front of it to block it off. You can get here, press it again, and block it from safety. Okay? You do not have to walk out in the open. However, don't get me wrong, almost everyone in the Overwatch community would rather have you walk out in the open to do that so they can kill you. Trust me, they're not going to like you. You're Mei, okay? You are not Mei to a lot of people in the community. So, but this is a big one. This is really big. This is your only mobility, and I rarely ever see any Mei's using it as a mobility. They use it to block off a door. They use it to block off, you know, anybody, try and block off an escape route, anything like that. But when they're getting chased down, all they rely on is ice block. And, I mean, it has a cooldown. It's not going to last forever. You need to be ready at all times. And plus that height can get you up into certain areas. You pull some clutch getaways, especially if you're being chased by someone like a Reinhardt who can't just climb up things, okay? not all characters can just climb up walls like Genji or Hanzo. Okay? Where's the spot here? I think it's right here. So, like, say you're being chased. There's a Reinhardt coming. You come up here. Maybe there's an enemy down that way and you know it. So you come up the stairs. You come here. Boom. You're now up here. That Reinhardt cannot chase you. You are safe. You are free. It is very helpful. Okay. Also, ice walls can be put on mobile things. So on certain maps where there are the floating platforms, you can put an ice wall up there and do some cool things with it, as you can imagine. It's pretty fun. In my opinion, it's pretty fun. Okay. Now for another tip. This is a combo tip. Okay? If you want to maximize the amount of time that you are on a point, alright? So, say, you know, you guys are fighting over a point. No one has capped it yet. Alright? Mei, I believe, I can't say for 100%, but I believe Mei has the most potential to contest a point. Okay? So if you're, say this rectangle dark floor area is the point that you're trying to hold, and all of your teammates have died, and only 3 of the enemy teammates have died, and you have 3 enemies coming at you. Alright? What I do, personally, and this saves the point usually, is if you have people coming at you, you back yourself into a corner and you wall yourself off. Unless they can burst down 500 damage on one of the pillars and get you, you're contesting the point for an additional, additional 5 seconds. So, the combo is, if you back yourself into the corner, and you wall yourself off. Boom. Okay, you're safe. Wait for right when the wall goes down. Ice block. That's another 4 seconds. And then you can immediately throw the ice wall back up for another 5 seconds. That is 14 pure seconds of contestability on a point. And that can be enough for teammates to get back and assist you. Alright? It's huge. It's very helpful. I don't see many Meis doing that. I mean, the ice wall is the most useful thing in her build. The way she was made. And yet, I rarely see Meis use the wall. They just run around, they spam freeze, they spam icicle, and they ice block. They rarely ever wall. Ever. So please, for the love of God, if you are a Mei, and you're on my team anyway, if you're on the enemy team, I hope, you know, you don't do any of this good stuff. But, please, use the wall to the advantage. I mean, it is so helpful. Another tip, okay? Enemy champion, enemy hero, AoE abilities can be blocked by her wall. The biggest and the most important one of all. Let me shoot some bots here so I don't get kicked out of the training room. The biggest one of all is d.Va. If d.Va throws her suit in the middle of your entire team, and you guys are up against a wall, and it's like, oh no, she's going to kill all of us. If you put your wall up, it counts as line of sight, and she will not hurt your team. She will just blow away your wall, and you will get a lot of blocking damage. That's it. It also is a great deterrent for a Pharah. If you happen to catch a Pharah, who you see her fly up, and it seems like she's gonna ulti, you watch her, and as soon as she says, justice, get that wall up. She's gonna lay into the wall. And if possible, if she's one of those Pharahs that doesn't go very high in the air and she's trying to stay low, if you get the wall right in front of her, she's gonna kill herself. Only done that once, but it was great. It was great. I guess the only other tip I have isn't really a tip. It's more of just, I see a lot of people just get very, what should I call it? Trigger happy with her ultimate. Like, they will throw it down when the enemy team has mobility, has multiple escape routes. Don't just throw your ult like, I mean, it's like, oh, there's 3 enemies. I mean, no. It just, no, don't do it, please. Please. Let me get my ulti back up. Oh, you juked me, you little robot. Alright. If you have your ultimate, you want to save it for when there are minimum routes for escapability. You want to save it for engagements with your team. Do not just throw it down when you're solo. Oh, I'm here all by myself. The whole enemy team's here. Maybe I can freeze them all and kill them all. No, sorry. You do not have enough damage output with your icicle to take out the entire enemy team before the freeze wears off. Doesn't work. Doesn't work. Now, the combo also is your wall plus your ultimate. If there are 3 escape routes, per se, you know, if there are 3 escape routes, block one off, then ulti the other 2 escape routes if possible. You're going to narrow down how many can escape, you're going to freeze more people, and it is just very useful. Very useful. I just see way too many people throwing it at a group of people that are out in the open and they just scatter like cockroaches and they might get one of them frozen. It's not good. It's not good. So, hopefully this helps anybody. I don't know if any of this is new to anyone or if it helps you to understand how she works better or maybe helps you think outside the box. And I mean, if there's anything that I missed out on that someone else thinks would be a good tip for Mei users, leave it in the comments below. I was going to say you can also lift enemies, per se, but you can't do it on these robots. It won't let you. But if there are enemies using certain ultimates, like Reaper or... well, Reaper can... good or bad. If he's on your team, you can lift him in the air so he can jump down upon the enemy team and die. If he's an enemy Reaper, you can lift him up, and it puts it, I mean, it's a very last resort, but you know, you can lift him up and it puts a little bit of distance between you and him, or your teammates and him, and it can really help. There's also the Bastion combo, the whole, you know, if say there was a wall right here that was shorter than our ice wall. You can have a Bastion set up here, and then you can lift him up, and it's surprise Bastion. Kill people. And then your ice wall breaks, and he's safe. It's the only way to really get Bastion mobile while he's in turret form, currently, that I'm aware of, unless he gets on one of the moving platforms. But, that can be, you know, sketchy. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed. If this helped you at all, let me know in the comments below. I'm going to try and do something like this for all the characters because I've watched several tips and tricks videos, and there's a lot of things that I don't see people mentioning about several of the characters that I thought I would just throw in a quick little video and cover. So, hope you all have a good day, and I'll catch you out there in Overwatch.